WFYI podcasts are brought to you by Foster Success, supporting teens and young adults transitioning out of foster care through their Friendsgiving campaign this holiday season. More at fostersuccess.org. WFYI podcasts are brought to you by Bloomington, Indiana. Experience the holiday season by exploring unique downtown shops and catch one of the many seasonal performances at the Buskirk Chumley Theater. Plan a winter getaway and discover more holiday happenings at visitbloomington.com.
We're going to take a trip right now. Like we always do about this time.
This is a journey into sound. Break it down.
I'm Kyle Long, and you're listening to Cultural Manifesto. On this week's show, we'll explore the music of Fort Wayne, Indiana's Troy Shondell, one of Indiana's first rock and roll stars. Troy is best remembered for his 1961 single, This Time. That song went to number 6 on the Billboard Hot 100. This Time spent 3 months on the Billboard chart and sold over 3 million copies.
This time we're really breaking up. This time we said way too much. This time...
Troy never managed to recapture the success of This Time. Because of that, he's often labeled as a one-hit wonder, an unfair designation, as Troy created a large catalog of music as a performer, producer, and songwriter. Stay tuned for the next hour as we listen to Troy's early work in rock and roll, his collaboration with super producer Phil Spector, and his work producing funk and soul bands in Fort Wayne, Indiana during the 1970s. Troy Shondell was born Gary Wayne Shelton in Huntington, Indiana on May 14th of 1939. He began performing in Fort Wayne as a teenager while attending Elmhurst High School. By 1957, he was signed to Liberty Records, where he cut a series of sessions under his birth name, Gary Shelton. Up next, we'll hear 4 tracks Troy Shondell cut during the late 1950s under the name Gary Shelton. Goodbye, Little Darlin', The Trance, Stop the World, My Baby's Gone, and Maybe Later, Baby.
A goodbye, little darling, we're parted. Our love has only been a lie. Well, I just found out today I'm only in your way. Goodbye, little darling, goodbye. Well, goodbye, little darling, not leaving. Yeah. Our love was never meant to be. Well, you found someone new. Now when you hear that theme and you beat that beat, then you cast a spell, move your feet. Oh, well, it ain't no dance, it's just a trance. Catch all the rain, hold back the sun. Stop every river that ever did run. Well, stop this war, my baby's gone. Well, maybe let your baby right now, you're too young. Well, maybe let your baby right now, you're too young. Well, honey, won't you listen, stop your carrying on. Well, wait a little longer, honey, won't you please? Well, wait a little longer, honey, won't you please? If your love's a little stronger than your love with these, yeah.
I'm Kyle Long, and you're listening to Cultural Manifesto. On this week's show, we're exploring the music of Fort Wayne, Indiana's Troy Shondell. We just heard 4 records Troy cut under his birth name, Gary Shelton, during the late 1950s. It was in 1961 that Gary Shelton adopted his stage name, Troy Shondell. If he was hoping that the name would bring more commercial appeal to his music, he was right. His first release as Troy Shondell was titled This Time. It was the biggest hit of his career, hitting number 6 on the Billboard Hot 100 chart. We'll listen to that track now.
This time we're really breaking up. This time we said way too much. This time's for old time. How about this time?
That was Fort Wayne, Indiana's Troy Shondell with This Time. On this week's show, we're exploring the music of Troy Shondell. Troy made a big impact on rock and roll music during the 1960s. It's been said that the 1960s rock star Tommy James named his band the Shondells in honor of Troy. The rock and roll legend Alex Chilton has also paid tribute to Troy. Chilton is best known for his work with the Box Tops and Big Star, an influential underground rock band. On his 1979 cult classic album, Like Flies on Sherbert, Alex Chilton recorded Troy Shondell's original composition, Girl After Girl. We'll hear Alex Chilton's version of that song now.
Go from girl after girl, night after night, day after day, it just don't seem right. Your eyes keep haunting me, your lips keep taunting me, girl after girl.
That was Alex Chilton singing Troy Shondell's Girl After Girl. In 1962, Troy Shondell cut a record with the super producer Phil Spector. The song was titled Nane No and was arranged and conducted by Spector. We'll hear that track now. That was Fort Wayne, Indiana's Troy Shondell with Nane No, produced and arranged by Phil Spector. On this week's show, we're exploring the music of Troy Shondell, one of Indiana's earliest rock and roll stars. By the end of the 1960s, Troy had given up rock and roll to pursue fame as a country music singer. He also began working behind the scenes as a publisher, writer, and producer, as we'll hear during the second half of this week's show. But first, let's hear 2 more classic rock and roll singles by Troy Shondell. From 1966, we'll listen to Money Honey, followed by Here It Comes Again from 1967.
You know the landlord is ringing my front door bell. I had a ring for a long, long spell. I went to the window, I peeked through the blind, and asked him to tell me what was on his mind. He said, money, honey, money, honey. Yeah, I want some money, honey, if you want to get along with
Cultural Manifesto will return with more music from Fort Wayne, Indiana's Troy Shondell after this short break.
WFYI podcasts are brought to you by Bloomington, Indiana. Experience the holiday season by exploring unique downtown shops and catch one of the many seasonal performances at the Buskirk Chumley Theater. Plan a winter getaway and discover more holiday happenings at visitbloomington.com.
I'm Kyle Long, and you're listening to Cultural Manifesto. On this week's show, we're exploring the music of Fort Wayne, Indiana's Troy Shondell, one of Indiana's earliest rock and roll stars. In the 1970s, Troy shifted his attention away from rock and roll and pursued fame as a country music singer and songwriter. He also began working as a producer for the Fort Wayne-based studio and record label Star Fox. During his time with Star Fox, Troy wrote and produced music for funk and soul bands, including the Patterson Twins and Trust. These recordings are now sought-after collector's items and have been reissued multiple times by record labels around the world. Up next, we'll hear a 1978 session Troy produced for the Fort Wayne funk band Trust. This is Funk Power, followed by Explosion.
Funk power, funk power, alright. Funk power, yeah. Funk power, get down. Funk power, roll. Funk power, jam. Funk power, funk power.
That was the Fort Wayne, Indiana funk band Trust with Explosion. That track was produced by Troy Shondell for the Fort Wayne label Star Fox. One of Troy's most enduring projects from the 1970s was his collaboration with the Patterson Twins, a Mississippi soul duo featuring brothers Estes and Lester Patterson. Up next, we'll hear a classic soul session Troy produced for Star Fox, featuring the Patterson Twins. This is Back in Love Again and A Good Thing. That was the Patterson Twins with A Good Thing, produced and arranged by Troy Shondell for the Fort Wayne label Star Fox. Troy recorded some interesting music for Star Fox during the 1970s, including a disco version of Take Me Out to the Ball Game, featuring vocals from the legendary Chicago Cubs announcer Harry Carey.
Hello again, everybody. Holy cow, what a beautiful day for baseball. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and cracker jacks.
Up next, we'll hear a 1978 session Troy cut for the Patterson Twins at Star Fox. We'll listen to Gonna Find a True Love, followed by Come to Me.
People are talking, baby, about the way you're deceiving me. I hear that they are laughing about the way you're mistreating me. Oh, girl, I think it's all I can say. Go find yourself another man, 'cause I would only be a fool to keep on loving you, yeah. Gotta find a true love somewhere, yes I will. If you ever are in need, just come to me, baby. I will never ignore your plea if you come to me, baby. Oh, I know he's got you, but you still a part of me too now. If happiness in him you can find, I'll be the first to wait in line.
That was the Patterson Twins with Come to Me, produced by Fort Wayne, Indiana's Troy Shondell. On this week's show, we're exploring the music of Troy Shondell. In 1978, Troy wrote and produced 4 songs for the Patterson Twins' cult classic album, Let Me Be Your Lover. We'll listen to 3 of those tracks now: Funk Machine, He's a Loser, and Disco Machine.
There was a party last night, yeah, yeah, with 100 people or more. Oh, Lord. They were dancing and singing. Oh, Lord. They were shouting out dynamite, yeah. So the pop, she's a pop, she's a pop machine. She's a pop, she's a pop, she's a pop machine. You're hooking up with the Rolling Stone, and when you need him most, you'll be on your own, 'cause he's a loser, and he'll hook you in the heart. Listen, darling, you're my disco lady, yeah. You're my dancing queen. You're my undercover angel. You're my disco dream. Come on and dance with me. I wanna dance for you, yeah.
That was the Patterson Twins with Disco Machine, written and produced by Fort Wayne, Indiana's Troy Shondell. On this week's show, we've been exploring the music of Troy Shondell. He passed away in 2016 at the age of 76. And that's all the time we have for this week. Check out the Cultural Manifesto podcast at WFYI.org or wherever you listen to podcasts. Cultural Manifesto is hosted and produced by me, Kyle Long. Thank you for listening.
WFYI podcasts are brought to you by Foster Success, supporting teens and young adults transitioning out of foster care through their Friends Giving campaign this holiday season. More at fostersuccess.org.